Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast from me, Nick Bryant, from Brilliant Businesses. Good to be back with you again. Today, I want to talk a little bit about social media. Some of you may be aware that I've got a social media business, Social Media First, and we've been serving clients all over the world for the last 7 or 8 years, helping them with their content, helping them with creating engaging posts, and making sure they've got some social media going on. Because some businesses don't, and some businesses don't have the time to do it, so we help them with that. So today I wanted to talk about how to use social media in a time of a global lockdown, which is really where we're at right now. Social media is becoming a lifeline for people right now. So I wanted to give you some tips on how you can use social media in this tricky time that we're in. It's becoming increasingly clear day by day that we are living in unusual times, and the COVID-19 crisis, it would appear, is only going to get worse in the coming weeks, days, months. So more and more people will be finding themselves at home, locked in their homes. So not locked in, but staying indoors. So social media will become, as the pandemic deepens, become a lifeline for a lot of people. And the social media channels, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, are great platforms to communicate with your friends, your family, with your businesses, with your potential business customers. And these channels have had millions and millions of pounds spent on them, and they're free to use. So you've got to use them. They're when you get using them and working them properly, they are fantastic. They really are. They're great vehicles to help drive your business, to talk to your friends, to create opportunities, to make you feel better as well. They're really important pieces of equipment that we can use right now. So what exactly should we be doing now to on social media to help your customers and keep them being informed? So I've got 4 tips which I want to share with you today on the best way to use social media in a global lockdown. So tip number 1 is it sounds like an obvious one, but it's to post and update regularly. If you leave it for a couple of days or a week or a month at worst, then people are going to wonder where you've gone, especially if you've had a lot of activity on your social media channels. Perhaps you've had a social media manager who's been working on your channels and they've stopped for whatever reason, and suddenly your content has dropped. It creates a bad impression, because I think more and more, and in these times, that the consumer is looking at social media to help them make a decision whether they buy your product or use your service. I've done it many times where I've looked at, I've seen an advert in a magazine of maybe a product that I like, and the only reason I've bought it is because I've gone to their social media channels and I've looked at other pictures of it, pictures of people using it, user-generated content, right? And what other people are saying about it. That's really a real strong way of finding out about a product. And if you've got a social media channel there and it's got nothing on it, or it had something on it and it's dropped, or you've created a Facebook page or a Twitter account and you haven't put any tweets out or any posts on your Facebook page, then it just looks really bad. I recommend you don't do that. You should post and update regularly, especially now, because people are going to be spending more time than ever refreshing their feeds. There's going to be more people on social media, so it's more opportunity to get in front of people. And then also maybe share some different sort of content. If you've been helping out with, I don't know, the NHS, or if you've been helping out with key workers, show your personality with that. Use that as content. Use what's going on right now as content. It's really important to post and update regularly. That's my first tip. Tip number 2 is to showcase showcase your personality. Too many businesses think that they've got to stay formal and professional. It's important that you do stay professional, but bring some wit into it, man, because right now it's more important than anything. People need a laugh in their lives. People need cheering up right now. It's a really strange time. So if you can put some humor into your posts, that would be beneficial to you. Don't be afraid to give your social media team, if you've got a team, a license to interact with customers and make jokes. You'd be really surprised. You might be a bit worried about putting something up which is a bit a bit funny, or it's got some wit to it. But you'll be surprised at the engagement you'll get. People want to be entertained. They do through the social media. So that's my second tip. Showcase your personality. Don't be stuffy. Don't be too professional. Don't be too formal. Have a laugh with it. Show people your funny side, because they'd appreciate that. My third tip, and this is a really important one, so don't skip it, is to be responsive. This is absolutely essential, especially given that people now will be spending a lot more time at home, and they'll be expecting replies and answers very, very, very quickly. If you've got, if you've got a product or service and someone makes a comment on it, and you don't respond, or if someone's inquiring about a product for your Facebook page, and you don't respond, they're just going to go. You're possibly going to lose them. So it's really important to be responsive, even if it is something that's unrelated to your product or service. Someone's made a comment on there about something. Also, if you dip into that conversation, that's going to make that person more aware of you and more aware of you for business, and take you more seriously than if you just ignored it. It's really important right now. We see it time and time again where Facebook pages just are not replying to their messages. They're in their inbox. There's lots of messages that are inquiring about the business, and they've just not replied to it. And I think that's crazy, man. I think it's crazy. You'll be losing so much business. So it's really important to be responsive, and it will only become more necessary in the coming weeks, because people are going to want to know straight away. Even with food orders, food deliveries. If you've got a restaurant and you're doing deliveries, if that food order comes through Facebook, and you don't do it, they're going to be gone. They're going to order somewhere else. So little things like that are really important. So tip number 3 is to be responsive. It's really important, and I really encourage you to act that way. Number 4, the last tip is to join in. As I've mentioned above, people will be relying on social media to help them through this difficult time more so now. When I say mentioned above, I'm reading something down here, but all the things that I've been mentioning all fall into this category as joining in, because the more you join in conversations, and the more you sort of don't be too shy on social media, the people you're more likely to be known and to be found out. If things are trending, like hashtags and other hot topics at that time, just jump in on the conversation and join in with it. Don't be frightened with it. If you're in a shop, or if you're in a place where other people are, and you start a conversation, people appreciate it. And that's the same on social media. If it's all quiet, and maybe if you just started out on social media and you've got a page and nothing's happening much, and if you go in and you start commenting and talking to people on that page, that business owner is really going to be thankful to you, and therefore a new relationship could be built. So just join in with it. Just comment on things, talk to people, be professional, of course, in what you say. You can add wit and humour to it, but just be polite, as if you would do in a normal walk of life. So that's my 4th tip, is to join in. So the 4 tips today are to post and update regularly, showcase your personality, be responsive, and to join in. And they're my 4 tips for how to use social media in a time of global lockdown. I hope you're all well. Be safe, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you.